Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So as my friends over at yarnspirations.com, we have a Christmas tree garland for you today designed by Bonnie Barker for Red Heart Yarns. So what we have here is actually a really easy repeat idea, and it is consisting of 3 rows, and each one of these garland pieces are only 3 feet long. So I actually did a little bit of research to figure out how long garland normally is, because maybe you don't want to have it in sections, which would be easier to deal with, but maybe you want it so that there's no individual pieces. So let's talk about how many chains you could do, because it says chain 122, which gives you just over 3 feet. But what if you wanted to do more bigger rounds? I looked it up, and it stated that for every 1 foot height of a tree, it's using 9 feet of garland. And so if you look at a 7-foot tree times by 9, it's about 63 feet is the garland that would go all the way around. So it's a lot of garland when you think about it, but you know, you look at these trees in the stores, and some of them are way over decorated if you ask me. So let's talk about some of the chain work if you would like to substitute, and the multiples of this here are 6 plus 2. So if you'd like to make garland of any size, just chain in multiples of 6, and then when you're happy with it, just add 2 and it will be good to go. So I looked it up, and if you would like a different size garland than the 3 feet, if you have a 5-foot tree, then I'm recommending in order to get to the size that you need to chain 1800. 6-foot tree is 2160 chains. 7-foot tree is 2520. So 2,520, and then an 8-foot tree is 2,880. Again, you can do it in small sections as well, just like the designer has suggested as well. That's kind of your own call. I figured somebody might ask me, what if they don't want to have it in 3-foot spans? This would be what you would need to do. So let's move along now, and let's get on with this, and I'm going to show you how this is done, and I'm going to show you some samples just for your own decision power. So I did 3 different samples, and the very first time I did it, I decided to go this way. And what it was is that when you were crocheting, it stated to go into the chain work, and I just went into a chain space, and you end up with these really big holes here. So I realized that I was probably doing it wrong in that case as well. Also, I think I realized I was doing the popcorn wrong, as you can see here. So when I was doing this, it was kind of a trial like this. So this was using a 6mm size J crochet hook. I'm just using Caron 1-pound yarn today, but you can use Red Heart with love. I then tried the second time, and I actually perfected the popcorns a lot easier this time, and I also went into the actual chain itself and not into a space, and so therefore I never got those really big gaps underneath it like this one. So I knew that was probably the right answer. I also felt that this might be a little loose for my own particular taste, so I did it again, and I reduced my hook here to a 5mm size H crochet hook, and it looks a little bit tighter, so it's not as wide. Okay, so over the duration it'll probably not be as wide or long, but you end up with a little bit of a tighter stitch, and it still looks just as good. So this is what it looks like here. So without further ado, let's just do a small sample with you and show you how this is done, and you'll be amazed on how quick this can go too. For tutorial reasons, it's really hard and difficult to film red, so I'm going to leave red off this particular tutorial today. So I'm going to start off, we're going to do the green leaves, but I'll do it in blue. So you can either chain 122, or you can do multiples of 6. So you just go 6, 6, 6, 6, and when you're happy with it, just add 2. So let's just do multiples of 6 just for your just for a small sample. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then do it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to do it one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you're satisfied with the length of it, just add 2 more, and then it'll be in balance for you. So we're going to work our way across the top of this chain, and I'm going to show you where you should do that. So let's go across the first one. So second chain from the hook, just go in the back hump of the chain in single crochet. Now we're going to skip 2 chain, and we're just going to put 3 double crochets in the third one away, so just in the back hump only. We're going to be using the opposite side of this chain in the future, so I want to make sure I get the nice stitch work in now. So it'll be 3 double crochets there, and then we're going to add a picot. So the picot is done by chaining a 3, so 1, 2, 3, and coming into the top of the stitch, just insert in and yarning over and over, and that puts a little point on there. And in the same chain, put 3 more double crochets in there. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now back down on the chain, you're going to skip 2 chains, so 1 and 2, go to the third one and single crochet, and then do another section like this. So skipping 2, go to the third one and put in 3 double crochet first. So 1, 2 and 3, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then insert into the beginning and pull through and through, and that's a picot, and put 3 more double crochets into that same chain. So you're gonna work your way all the way to the other side in this fashion, so it's really not a hard thing to do. So skipping 2 chains, single crochet in the next, and eventually you'll come to the end of it just like I'm about to. So you just continue and skip 2, and then you're gonna just go to the third one. So put in 3 double crochet first, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, we're creating a picot, and then put 3 in there, and then the designer is asking us to put in 2 single crochets in the last chain. So skipping the next 2 and go to the very last chain. So you just put in 2 single crochets there, and she's asking us not to turn, and what she means by that is that we're not just gonna turn and go back in this direction, but we are going to follow it along the opposite side of the foundation chain. But before we continue to do that, I need you to get a secondary color ready, and that will be the red color that you see, but in my case it'll be just a lighter blue, and then we'll be making those little puffs of color in the middle. We'll be doing that next. To start the next one, I would get your secondary color ready, so just kind of like put it there so it's kind of in the way. And what we're going to do then is in the chain work that you have, you're not gonna go into a space or you'll end up with a gap space, but you're just gonna go into the 2 first chains that you have, and using the blue, the regular blue color. So 1 and 2. But when you finish the second one, you need to change the color to the other color that you have. In my case it'll be blue. Okay, so it'll be the light blue, and change that with the final pull through so that it's ready to go then when you're going to do the popcorn in the very next stitch. So the popcorn is gonna be right into the center of this. Okay, so to do that you're gonna do 4 double crochets. So just 1, 2, 3 and 4, and before you finish the final 4th, give all of the yarn a good tug, okay, the yarn that you're playing with, and then let this blue one drop and pick up the other blue and finish the 4th one. So you see that this 4th one is the next stitch, so you have to change it before you do that, and then just going into the very first one of the grouping of 4 and picking up a loop and pulling it through, and that will conclude that one. So simply just come and drag the blue that you have underneath the stitches. So in the chain that you see here, you are going to put in 1 single crochet right into the chain, and then another single crochet into the next chain, and see how I'm going up over top of that blue? That's allowing me to hide it. So I'm now gonna jump to the other part of the chain, so just go 1 and just pull that blue nice and tight, and 2. So what have I done wrong? The second one here, I need to change that to the other blue before I finish. So there's essentially 4 single crochets that separate these popcorns. So you gotta make sure you change your color back to that light blue. So in the center you're going to put in 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and on the 4th one you want to drop this color, pull the blue tight, and then pick up the blue and then drop it, and then go to the first one and pull through. And now you may have to shift things if you can't see it, but let the blue fall down and go into the first 2 chains. This causes that to squat down, which then pops out, and then going into the chain this side. So 1 and 2. I don't want to finish that one. I want to pull the blue tight, let this darker blue fall down, and then change it, and then do my popcorn. And that's all you're gonna do all the way across this here. This is row number 2. just remember on the fourth one you pull things tight. That was part of my problem in the first prototype I did. I wasn't pulling tight, and then just finish this one off. And then what they're suggesting is that the last 3 stitches, so you have 2 chains here and here, and then you have the final stitch, and just let that other color just fall out of the way. So you just had to alter it so then you have these colors popping out of the middle. And so now we're going to just finish this off. So let's fasten off. So you'll use your tapestry needle later to hide in the loose ends, but you're not quite done. And what we want to do is that, keeping it looking like this, we just need to come back to the very starting on this side. So don't turn it, just go back to the other side with this regular color blue that we had been doing, and then we're gonna finish the top side of this garland. To do the top side of the garland, all you're just going to do is just join it to the middle one here, or to the end, and just, you can do just a chain 1 and then single crochet in. And in the top peak of the popcorn, you were going to do what you did down here. So you're going to put in 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do a picot. So 1, 2, 3, and picot it. And then just do my 3 more into that same one. Now you're gonna skip only 1 here, go to the second one over and single crochet, and then immediately jump to the next top of the next popcorn. So you're just gonna apply 3 double crochet first. So 1, 2, 3, and then chain 3 to picot, and then coming back in, and then 3 double crochet in. So 1, 2, 3, and then you skip 1, go to the second and single crochet, and you're gonna do this all the way across. It's pretty neat, right? And then you finally do the last one, so it'll be 3 double crochet going up, then picot, so chain 3 to picot that, and then 3 double crochet coming in, and then finally at the very end, the very last stitch is just gonna be a single crochet, and that's it. So you can see you have the ups and downs, you have the middle colors just like you see. So to get rid of any of the colors, if you're not that sure of weaving anything in, you know, you're gonna be having this as a decor item, so just turn it over. Anything that you have in the back side that you think is going to fall out on its own, you can just weave it in. And to weave it in, just put it onto a tapestry needle. And the secret is well, it's not really a secret, but an experienced crocheter would know that you just go back and forth 3 times. So just going into the stitch work once, and then twice, and then finally 3 times. So if you weave things in and out 3 times like that, and you do it with all your tails, you should never have anything falling out on you. Where you can, just bury stuff as you go as well. That makes it a lot easier instead of having to weave in things too. So if you're really quite strategic about it, and then it gets really quite fun and fabulous. So whether you're going for more of a traditional look like this, or just more of a fun look, you know, you can really color these and then enjoy your garland for years to come. So until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We hope to see you again real soon. Bye bye.